Okay, have fun.
All right. Okay, I'll meet you right here at 10 o'clock.
Yep. We got Ashley dropped off, which means we can now head on our own cool adventure. For a long time, I've been really infatuated with the Colorado River, so I've wanted for a long time to go see where it actually starts, and that's our mission today. Find the head of the Colorado River. Here we go. Hello.
Sir, welcome to Rocky.
Thank you.
Could you see your ID with this, please?
Yep.
All right, and then you are good to go, sir. Have a great time, all right? Enjoy the park.
Thank you. Because while it is stunningly gorgeous, there's something specific that I wanted to show you. Can you see that ridge that runs alongside the mountain right there? I want you to keep that in mind because we're going to be talking about that later. It's actually really interesting what that's for. It's not natural. We're at the Colorado River Trailhead. It's about a 2.5 hour hike to get to where my final destination is. It's going to take a long time to get up and down. It should be worth it. So this is where we're going. Poudre Pass. 7.5 miles away. I didn't realize we had that much distance to cover. But this will be fun. This will be fun. This will be a grand adventure. I just passed a group of people that had been told by some people hiking down that they had found like a moose and her child. So now they're up here on the hunt for a moose and her baby, which freaks me out because like bears get all the rap for being like vicious creatures and really dangerous out in the wild, but most park rangers will tell you that the bigger danger out here is not bears, it's moose. I wish I didn't know that. There was a moose and her kid around here, and I'm all freaked out about running into a moose. Totally on the lookout, like every little noise that I hear is like, ah, moose. I'm not totally clear on where the trail is from here. Nobody's really been up here all that much to come and clear it out. And you've got tons of trees that have fallen on top of it. Ugh. Oh no, I'm stuck. Anyway. Hiking for 6 days now. Only to come to find out, I'm just now reaching the halfway point. Not even. If I were just up here to enjoy myself, I think I would say, all right, well, this has been fun and it's been really pretty and I've enjoyed what I've seen. I'm ready to turn back now because there's no oxygen up here. But I told you we're on a mission and I'm gonna find the Colorado headwaters. I'm not stopping until I get there, even if it does take me 3.5 more miles of this. Wow, this is gorgeous. And at the bottom of that, still going strong, Colorado River. Still got about, I don't know, 2.8 miles left. This is taking forever. It's kind of losing its majesty and novelty at this point, but I'm still happy. Since I can see that the water is literally popping out of the ground about 15 feet that way, I'm not really worried about it. Giardia, probably not gonna happen. Nature water, the best you can get. Signs of human activity. I think I'm gonna see another person. Hey, good, how are you? I'm not alone. But I made it to a serious checkpoint. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of steam fast. I think it's time to eat that other Cliff Bar and that apple. All right, the big checkpoint made. Proud of myself. Still got a long way to go, including downhill, but quite happy. All right, I can't even think straight. I gotta stop and eat. We've arrived! This is the Continental Divide. The water, rain, and snow that falls over here ends up in the Atlantic Ocean. Water and rain and snow that falls over here ends up in the Pacific Ocean. Pretty simple. Here's just a really small example of the Continental Divide in action. That's west, this is east, and then the water that comes here, like some of it is either going that way east or it's going that way west. Like this is the point where water decides whether or not it's gonna go into the Mississippi River or the Colorado River. Big decisions are made here. However, that's what makes this particular part of the Continental Divide so interesting, because there are some caveats. Remember that ridge that I told you to pay attention to? Here is one of those caveats. This is called the Grand Ditch. It was a project that started in the late 1800s and went into the early 1900s. And it was a way of taking tons and tons of water that was falling, that was coming from the Never Summer Mountains over there, and essentially rerouting it over to the east. So even though we're on the western side of the Continental Divide, this water is running east. However, just over there, water is running west. Now the problem with Colorado and the way that it developed is that 70 to 80% of the precipitation falls on the western side of the Rockies. However, about 80% of Colorado's population lives east of the Rockies. So you end up with a little bit of a situation. This ditch was made to help remedy that. So here's what's going on here. Right now we're at the Continental Divide at this red dot. Now the Colorado Trail runs south along this line from here. And the Grand Ditch is a 16-mile ditch that runs northeast. So that means that anything that falls between the summit of the Never Summer Mountains and the Grand Ditch heads northeast, but then everything else in this canyon gets trapped in the Colorado River and heads southwest. Since it's just really flat up here, this water isn't really in any hurry to get anywhere. So it's like walking through a wetland or a marsh. It is so wet up here. Oh, okay, I think we're here. All right. After much struggle and hardship, nearly dying of thirst and starvation, 5 hours of hiking, but an unquenchable resolve, we made it to the Colorado River. How about that? Look at this little guy. That right there, that's the Colorado River. That's crazy. River that carved arches, the Grand Canyon, all that stuff in Lake Mead, all that stuff in Lake Powell. Started with this. That's wild. If after all this time you thought, why are you wearing that enormous backpack? It's because I've got the drone. It's pretty windy up here. So this might not last super long, but I think we can at least get some pretty cool shots out of this. There goes a sight from my soul.
goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul.
We've seen the very head of the Colorado River, seen where it starts, and it's pretty cool just how small it is at that point. Now it's time to head back down, pick up Ashley from the wedding. And we might want to hurry because if it only takes half the time to get down as it did to get up, the sun will probably be setting by the time I'm finished. Let's go. It was really hard. My gosh. Yesterday it just got way too dark and I was in no condition to show this to you. I was a wreck. This is the other caveat that I was talking about. This is actually a much, much bigger water reclamation project. And it fulfills the same purpose where it takes a ton of water from the west side of the Rockies and puts it back over on the east side of the Rockies. Right now I'm standing on top of the Alva B. Adams Tunnel. It starts here and goes 13 miles under the mountains that way, ends up in Estes Park on the opposite side of the Rockies, and delivers tons and tons of water over to that side of the mountain. So let me show you what's going on here. Right now we're standing on the very eastern side of the Grand Lake, right over the Alva B. Adams Tunnel. Now this tunnel, it goes 13.1 miles all the way from this lake underneath the Rocky Mountains over to the other side of the mountain range and ends up just west of Estes Park. So the tunnel, it may seem small, but to give you a sense of the size of this thing, it cost over a quarter of what the Hoover Dam did. Ash and I are gonna hit the road now. We're gonna drive through Rocky Mountain National Park on our way home. The Rockies, no big deal. I think we're gonna start heading down to the other side of the park, making our way downhill. So ultimately, this is where the water ends up on the eastern side when it goes through the Alva Adams Tunnel. Comes up into one of these two lakes and then makes its way down the Big Thompson River. This mountain range, that tunnel just goes right under it and then ends up in the hills above here and then comes down eventually into these two reservoirs. Now, I'm gonna head home and say hi to my dog.